What's up, guys? Welcome to the final day of the MLG Summer Invite. You're watching the finals, a best of 5 between QXC and Huck. Earlier today, we saw Huck take down Hendrilisk and QXC take out Xenocider to get to this point. A best of 5 to determine who's going to take home $1,500, and Huck is one win away from taking home the prize. Huck has been playing very, very well. I'll have to see what happens here. In the top right-hand location of Neoplanet S, I present your Red Terran player who needs to win 2 in a row, representing Team Complexity. He is QXC. His opponent in the bottom left-hand location of Neoplanet S, your blue Protoss player, representing Team Evil Geniuses. He's 1 win away from taking home the title of champion and $1,500. He is Huck. Shout out to the people on the American server of BattleNet, StarCraft 2, and Channel MLG. There's actually 8 people in there right now.
Awesome.
And we're chatting a little bit. Of course, that's where we typically go when we do the fun stuff.
Which we do most days of the week.
Most days of the week. If you're ever bored and looking for something to do, we have a lot of fun in StarCraft 2 on the weekdays.
Best way to find a schedule for that is just follow MLG on Twitter or
Sure.
follow one of us on Twitter. We usually tweet out when it's going down.
Or just be in Channel MLG all the time on the American server.
That'll work too.
Yep. So, like we'll play a bunch of different arcade games and stuff, and we'll have
some free-for-alls.
We'll have viewers actually play each other, and then we'll kind of commentate that. It's a lot of fun. I have some cool ideas for what we might be able to do. So, what's up, Razzle and Ghostly Swarm? Anyway.
You know what's interesting? So, I'm not sure who this map favors. In a way, you could say Neoplanet S favors aggressive players, and QXC loves being in his opponent's face, loves being so aggressive, right?
Yeah.
But on the other side, you could say, well, the way Huck plays, the worst thing to do against his style is to be aggressive, right? And so this map plays into his hands because he wants his opponents to be aggressive, because he's primarily focusing on Blink Stalkers and mass gateway units and not really teching up so super fast.
So, your best suggestion for QXC, if you're in his mind and you're like, QXC, not in his mind. You're in the booth. QXC, you need to win 2 in a row here. Here's what you do. What do you advise?
You know, it's hard because obviously you want to play to how you're best at playing. And so we always tell someone to just play whatever style you feel most comfortable with, right? Even if in theory, a 4-gate's the best way to beat a guy. He's weak to 4 gates. If you're not good at 4-gate, you still shouldn't do it, right? You should do what you're most comfortable with. Now, if you know a week ahead of time who's weak to 4 gates, you should practice that for a week, right?
Right.
But these type of tournaments where it's a bunch of rounds in a row, you got to do what you're best at. And QXC loves being aggressive, so there's no reason to change that up if that's the style that he plays best. And in fact, he's doing the same build we saw him do in Game 1, which actually ended up netting him a victory.
Sure.
Did 1 base. Widowmine, Medevac, maybe a Hellion, some Marine type build. Whereas Huck is expanding. But he didn't expand super fast this game. We saw him go to Nexus first in Game 1. This game, Zelt Stalker, then Nexus. He knows QXC's aggressive, wants to get a few units out early. Widowmine is going to get a Zealot kill.
Yep.
Oh, if he refocuses well. Gets his that's still great.
Kill is nice.
Oh, yeah. 100 minerals are free, right? And the Widowmine will be, yeah.
I'll take it. Any day of the week.
Money in the bank.
Except Monday.
Except Mondays?
I'm very gloomy on Mondays.
You won't even take a free Zealot kill on Mondays.
Okay. Mondays especially, I guess.
Yeah. You need somebody to cheer you
up.
up.
But I'd rather other people have the free Zealot.
Okay. Yeah, you would give it to QXC. Give him a secondary free Zealot.
I'm a giving guy.
That's very generous of you. The exact same build Game 1. 1 Hellion, going to poke in Scout, maybe get some harass off. Sees the timing of the Nexus. Maybe he's going to poke into main. It's going to be deflected here. Nice little probe wall in. That's pretty cool.
Hellion trying to sneak in.
Oh, it's going to get cut off.
Ooh, that's going to go down. That's a pretty... That's a great pickoff.
Yeah. In a small harass like this, every single unit is so important, right? He only has, 6 Marines, Widowmine, and Hellion. Taking out the Hellion before the battle even starts does make a big difference.
All right, let's see if QXC
Where's the foot overcharge?
Okay, he's going to try the Marines and the Widowmine. He's going to be looking for that Observer. Will he try what we theorized before where... Okay, no, he's just going back. Where you scan right when you see the robots stop building, and then try to snipe the Observer.
He's coming back in, though.
Oh, he might do it. Okay, there it is. What are you trying to do? No. Oh, he certainly sees
I
it.
kind of want to see him scan and kill that observer.
Scan.
Oh, he's gonna gather. But so far, units lost. He hasn't really done any damage besides killing his zealot. It looks like he's gotten two. Oh, actually, he's gotten a couple workers here, in fact.
Wow.
The Hellion snuck in and got 3 workers, so that's going to help.
He's dropping all his stuff. The medevac getting targeted. Nice micro from QXC, backing that guy away, but still turning around to heal up.
It's the most important unit in this composition.
Absolutely.
Oh, the Widowmine is secondary most important unit.
Oh, he's going to try to get it.
Huck wants it.
QXC, nice
Baited
micro.
him. Yeah, very well.
A really nice battle of micro here between both these two players. Of course, QXC trying to keep the medevac alive. Huck trying to take that guy out.
Huck putting foot overcharge into main, knowing that he's sending all his units to the natural, worried about a secondary drop hitting his main. Fears of this attack that Widowmine is not going to last too long either. You know, I think overall, I think that exchange favored Huck. Even though he didn't get the medevac, he took very little damage. Remember, he expanded so much faster than QXC. He still has 7 more probes even after losing 3 of them to the Hellion.
Right. 51 to 45 supply, and we just saw the Harvester disparity.
And that's just due to how late the command center was. So, yes, QXC didn't trade poorly, or maybe it was even or something, or maybe even slightly favorable, but when you expand that late and you try to get the units out that fast, it's a type of a rush. Now, this wasn't like a all-in muscle my opponent over rush. It was a harass-focused type of rush. But he still wanted to get some damage done, and I don't think he quite got what he wanted. But there is the Hellbat drop follow-up. I think that the observer spotted it as it left the base, and now the stalkers are ready to intercept it.
Oh, the medevac!
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh, he's going to lose this.
That is so bad.
Wow.
We saw this happen, actually, last map as well, didn't we?
Huck is so good at just finding those medevacs and taking them down.
It's the observers, man.
Oh, and that's a huge momentum thing, too. I mean, the feeling of getting that kill, too. And then, like, whenever you're dropping Hellbats into a mineral line, you're going to get a probe kill, at least. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the observer spotted this one as well. Oh, no, QXC.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, units lost is starting to look worse and worse here. So typically, if you expand much later than your opponent, you're going to have less economy, which means you need to have a favorable units lost. Unfortunately, QXC not only expanded after Huck, so he needs this to be in his favor, it's actually 4-1 against him.
I think Huck went serious mode.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what?
There's no clown face on anymore.
A unit. I'm not going to lose a unit. And now QXC is in the most dire of situations.
Huck now getting level 2 attack, level 1 armor, and blink. And once all those completes, and he has a few immortals, that's when his army is really going to get scary. And QXC's been unable to develop the large Terran army because he just keeps losing all his units.
All right, QXC going to try to make something happen.
I mean, this is
this
is like a small squad against a horde of Protoss. When you see Protoss look visibly much larger than their opponents, right?
At this stage in the game, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
normally, it's like a small Protoss army with great spells holding off a horde of the opponent. But this time, it's a Protoss horde converging on QXC's small force.
And another medevac killed.
That was not the A-team, man.
And then units lost is even worse.
Oh, man. It's like 5-1 now.
God.
In fact, it's more than 5-1. And it's closing. It's 5.5-1.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to look back at units lost tab again.
Okay, let's stay away from there.
That's ugly. And you know, Huck is actually army value tab. He's at over 4,000 against less than 2. Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Oh, even more to force fields. Oh, another medevac getting very low. All right, QXC. You've got to not die. Oh, and Blink's about to finish. You know what he could do? He could blink up in the main. When the army comes up, he pushes in, force fields the ramp, and blinks back down.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to take on these many bunkers, this much repair. He needs some zealots to tank or something.
Marine trying to find out what's happening.
Well, he'll find out he's going to die. There it is. There's the blink in the main. Going straight for the factory. He wants no more Hellbats coming out. Now when he goes up to the top, he runs in here.
Got to blink down. Blinking down. There's the force field on the ramp. And now he's going to target down these bunkers. Is this how Huck is going to take the MLG summer invite?
Like, this guy actually killed a lot of the units from outside the bunkers. Enough repair.
QXC holding on. And that was actually a fairly good trade for him.
2 of the sentries are dead now. All the sentries are gone, but the bunkers are gone as well.
Marines and Marauders stimming down.
You know, with Medivacs, Marines and Marauders are going to crush this, unless he needs more Sentries or Zealots.
Imagine if he had those 3 Medivacs he lost earlier and those 6 Hellbats and those 10 Marines.
Army.
No, I think this might be...
Yeah, I mean, army values are actually 2... It's like a 3-to-1 army value difference, right?
All right, QXC going to try to desperately shove this away, pulling all of his SCVs, bringing his Marines and Marauders forward, stimming up. But is this too much from Huck?
Wait, is he going to... No, he's not. SCVs are gone.
It's too much. And there's the offensive blink. Huck is going to be your MLG Summer Invite champion. QXC throws in the towel to GG, but Huck playing way too good on another level in those games. In all of his games today, it seemed.
He was very solid.
He had some moments where it looked dire, but then he made those comebacks happen. He almost lost to Hendrilisk in Game 3.
Yes.
And then he turns that around and then goes on to beat QXC and coming back in one of the games. Just phenomenal play from Huck.
Really, an absolute master of the low-tech units. I think most of all, the Sentries, the Blink Stalkers, the Zealots. Doesn't even need the Storms or the Colossi, although we saw the map before this. He's pretty darn good with the Storms as well.
Absolutely. Huck taking the 3-1 victory over QXC. Huck is going home at $1,500. Congrats to him. The player from Evil Genius is showing he's not going anywhere, especially in the North American scene. Again, we started with 16 of the top North American players, and Huck has emerged as your champion. But that's going to do it for the MLG Summer Invite. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. If you missed anything, all the VODs are available in 1080p on youtube.com/MLG official MLG SC2. Of course, coming up next on this stream,
gonna have some rules of engagement. We're gonna quickly analyze some of the games we saw today. So I think we'll start off with the first game of the day was actually between QXC and Xenocider on Belshire Vestige. And that was a really, really fun game. A mech, mirror, and TVT. We're gonna analyze that, then maybe we'll hit up one of the other games later, and then take some questions, of course.
Good stuff. Of course, that's coming up next, so stay tuned to the stream. And again, if you're looking to keep in touch with the MLG StarCraft 2 content, stay tuned to MajorLeagueGaming.com. Follow MLG on Twitter, @MLG. You can follow us on Twitter as well. I'm @AxelToss. He's @ISAxlab. But remember, MajorLeagueGaming.com, your source for all the best gaming-related content. Stay tuned. Rules of engagement coming up. And once again, congratulations to Huck, your MLG Summer Invite champion.